What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today for review, we've got our second part of the Christopher Nolan 4K collection. It's The Prestige from 2005.
The Prestige is a favorite movie of mine, albeit a lot of Christopher Nolan's movies, if not all of them, are favorites of mine. The thing is, though, is that I'm not sure how this transfer was done. What's the process? What was the process like?
It was shot on 35mm. It's got a 4K DI. Came out in like 2005. But looking at this transfer as compared to like some of the older Sony 35mm catalog transfers, which are like pristine, super clean, this thing looks like Blu-ray.
Blu-ray with a few upticks, and the resolution department obviously is 4K. So yeah, there's going to be scenes where it looks much sharper. I remember seeing scenes at the beginning. They weren't as sharp on the Blu-ray because I have the Blu-ray and I watched it a lot of times.
On a scale from 1 to 10, would you say the increase in detail is 1% or 10% being the best?
3%.
3% over the Blu-ray, huh?
Yeah, because look, maybe I would probably say higher, obviously if it was clearer. When it comes to the Prestige, the 4K transfer, I thought that this would have been a very good moment to showcase HDR in terms of black levels, in terms of highlights, okay? Specifically when we meet Tesla. So Tesla, we see his campaign at some sort of
car?
No, not the car. We see, okay, so for those who don't know, you might say, okay, Tesla, he's talking about the car, electric car. No, keyword electric, right? Back in the day, I forget the story. Don't quote me on this, but this guy knew what was going on with electricity before a lot of other people, right? This guy was on point when it came to electricity. So that plays into the movie, and it plays into the movie by the late and great artist known as
George Michael.
No, it's not George Michael. No, it's not George Michael. I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, no.
I'm forgetting his name.
Oh, David Bowie.
David Bowie.
That was close.
Yeah, he played it really well. Played the character very well. Very good actor. We see the electricity. You know, obviously, it's effects. What were the effects? Like 2K or 4K or something? But the thing is, that was cool. I want to say that this is another missed opportunity in this collection because of the black levels, because of the highlights. When it comes to the Tesla moments, those were great. But when it comes to the black levels, in terms of when we're seeing...
I think pretty much the entire movie is kind of black-ish.
Yeah.
And they're very crushed. Very crushed. A lot of detail was just lost. I don't know what else to say about that. They just didn't look good.
Yeah, when they're underground, when the Great Danton, Hugh Jackman's character, is right below, and he starts to realize that his double that he met in a bar is receiving all the praise from the audience, all the praise and adulation from the audience. He says, you know, I want to feel that. And this would have been a nice moment. That would have been a nice moment to see all the details in the surrounding area that he was in. It's crushed. It's crushed. Another moment where you see Hugh Jackman and HDR that isn't quite up to snuff with today's 4K standards is when he's first showcasing one of his magic tricks. You see his suit, and then you see the white on his in his suit, and it's just blown out. You know, I understand that the lights are bright in an auditorium, but come on, blown out highlights on Hugh Jackman's suit, come on. I know we're supposed to be looking at his face, but again, come on.
Yeah, I mean his white shirt just getting all clipped.
All kinds of clipped. So that wasn't good.
HDR, yeah, I don't know, man. Not so hot. Resolution wise, slightly better. Yeah. Like you said, 3% better maybe.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying the movie. I still like the movie.
It still looks better than the regular Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You know, just by a little margin. Would I go out and buy it?
By itself?
If you already own the movie, I don't think I would go out and buy it.
The 4K version? Nah. If you have the Blu-ray and you have a great player like the Oppo 203 and you have a great TV, or you're sporting a really nice projector like Shane is, you're going to benefit from the upscaling capabilities from that hardware. You might want to skip the 4K transfer of the Prestige unless you're going to get it in the collection anyways.
Let's get into the audio here. Audio's DTS HD 5.1. I didn't think it was anything spectacular.
I mean, again, we could have benefited from Atmos when, like I said, the Great Danton is down at the bottom in the cellar, in the lower level, and his double is getting the praise from the audience upstairs. That would have been a nice Atmos moment right there. Non-existent though.
I mean, the score was nice. There's some good effects, some ambient effects, very lightly used.
The lightning was cool. Again, Tesla, when he's using his machine to perform the disappearing act. Yeah, it's there. It's cool. You get a sense that you're kind of in the audience when he's performing his best trick, the disappearing man, at the end. you still know what's going on. It still hits those emotional strings that it was supposed to hit, and like we said earlier, it's an uptick from the Blu-ray, but not by much.
So for audio, what are you gonna give it?
Audio, soundtrack in this one is great, but it doesn't overpower like some of the other Nolan films. It doesn't overpower the dialogue. And because I was very surprised by its inclusion in this Nolan 4K box set, and because I can hear everything everyone's saying, I guess it's solid 8, an 8.0. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's decent. It gets me in there. It gets me in the mood. It gets, I don't want to say it gets me in the mood, but it gets me to feel for the characters and all that stuff.
I'm gonna go same as I did with Dunkirk. I think 6.5. I expect more from my movies, but I know this is an older film. But even though there's a lot of older films that sound fantastic, I don't know, Star Wars maybe, sound great. This kind of let me down. I mean, this is good base levels, good dialogue, it's all clear, it's serviceable. But 6.5 for me. 4K video quality, I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, maybe like 5.5.
Yeah, that low?
5.5. I mean, I thought it was soft, I thought it was blurry at times. HDR was kind of overblown, black levels were crushed. I expect more from my 4K movies.
Yeah, I'm going to give the visuals about a 7 out of 10. Because it impressed, but it didn't impress to today's 4K standards.
Not at all. But if you guys are interested in picking up this collection or even this movie, we left a link down below in the description. By using those links, it helps the channel by helping us pick up movies like this for more content.
And don't forget, follow us on Instagram and the other social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter. Don't forget to leave a comment on this channel. Hopefully it's a good one, just like our next video is probably going to be. Hit that like button and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys again in the next video.
That's going to be a good one.